Hi. So here we start Chapter 1, Introduction to C++. Let's have a quick look at the topics we are going to learn in this chapter. The first question that comes to your mind could be, what exactly is C++? Isn't it? Let's simply answer that question. C++ is first and foremost an object-oriented programming language. Remember that object-oriented programming is most often mentioned as OOP. C++ is an extension of C language, and in addition it follows the object-oriented programming concepts. It was first called C with classes and was later renamed C++ in 1983. C++ is an open ISO standardized, general-purpose, program coding language. Using C++, it is possible to code programs in core-level C style, or in object-oriented style, or as a combination of both C and OOP styles. Hence, C++ is also a hybrid language. C++ can handle features of both high-level and low-level languages. So, it functions as an intermediate-level language as well. C++ works on cross-platforms, and so, it is operating system independent. Now, let's see who developed C++. It was Bjarne Stroustrup, who invented and developed C++ in 1979 for the Unix system environment, while working at Bell Labs in Murray Hill, New Jersey, USA. Bjarne Stroustrup is from Aarhus, Denmark, and is currently a professor of computer science at the Columbia University. He did his MSc, Maths and Computer Science, from Aarhus University, and received a PhD in computer science from the University of Cambridge. He learned the fundamentals of object-oriented programming concepts directly from its inventor, Kristen Nygaard, while pursuing his master's. Use of C++. As a programming language, C++ has helped transform the world of program coding, with its versatility in developing complex and innovative applications. C++ is found in top technologies. It is highly preferred in software engineering, embedded systems, constrained devices, large-scale standalone systems, desktop web mobile systems, in robotics, IoT, NLP, big data, machine learning, cloud, and distributed systems, in advanced graphics and more. C++ is part of core applications. It plays an invincible role in developing operating systems, compilers, browsers, GUI applications, utility libraries, cross-platform games, database management systems, enterprise software, IoT-based sensor device communication, and other communication systems. C++ has pioneered groundbreaking inspirations. It has been instrumental in the creation and progression of popular computer programming languages like PHP, Java, C#. C++ has evolved as a stalwart of leading industries. The language inherently supports mission-critical software systems in major industries like healthcare, finance, banking, insurance, transportation, media, defense, avionics, and aerospace. Next, let's look at the advantages of C++. C++ is a compiled language, not an interpreted language, and it guarantees high performance, efficiency, and speed. C++ is portable. This simply means that C++ is operating system independent, and also interfaces well with other languages. C++ supports multiple programming models like procedural, object-oriented, and functional modes. C++ is used both as a high-level language, for general-purpose applications, and as a low-level language for machine-level coding and bare-metal programming. C++ provides system efficiency. It has capabilities of low-level memory manipulation, limited memory usage, and less energy consumption. C++ massively supports multi-threading, concurrency, high performance, and load tolerance. Hence it finds wide application in operating systems, compilers, advanced computations, graphics, distributed systems, ACID-compliant banking applications, and more. Latest version of C++. C++ 23 follows C++ 20 as the technically finalized version of ISO IEC 14882 standard for C++ programming language. Since last few years, C++ has been releasing new versions every 3 years. Newer versions of C++ includes better features for modern-day disruptive technologies in embedded systems, access control systems, machine learning, artificial intelligence, real-time precision-specific systems, resources planning, and business processes. C++ 23 advances with more support for the standard library module, code organization, and faster compilation needs. The new std print macro offers better printing features. C++ 23 compiles 10 times faster than the old version. The C++ environment, the IDE. C++ is commonly coded in a downloadable programming environment termed as the Integrated Development Environment, or IDE. The IDE comes with a built-in source code editor, compiler, debugger, etc. The IDE definition. An IDE, or the Integrated Development Environment, is a software application that provides extensive features for software development. Essential IDE features may include utility programs, like source code editor. It is the text editor where we write the program code. Compile, build, run. They are the utility programs, which finalizes the machine executable application. Debugger. It is an inbuilt program that fixes the errors within a user-coded program script. Auto code complete. A feature that assists you with suggestions on coding syntax. Test automation tools. It helps automate test cases management. Help menu. It provides documented reference information to your doubts regarding the coding syntax. Let's now have a look at some of the commonly used C++ IDEs. Borland C++ IDE for DOS and Windows. Visual Studio Code for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. NetBeans IDE for Windows, Linux, OS X, and Solaris. Dev C++ IDE for Windows. Eclipse CDT for Windows, Linux, and OS X. Code Blocks for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. FreeOnlineIDEs. You can alternatively use an online IDE to type in your program code, compile it, and run it online from anywhere in the world. Here are a few popular online compilers and debuggers. OnlineGDB, JDoodle, C++ Shell. What is OOP, or Object-Oriented Programming? Object-oriented programming is a very effective and productive software coding pattern that works on the basic concept of class and objects. Class is a user-defined data type. It is a package of encapsulated data and functions or operations that process the data. Class is the logical entity. Object is an instance of a class, which binds the modules of data and their specific operations in real-time implementation. Object is the physical entity. OOP facilitates reusability of the program code for standardization of software development and faster scaling of available program scripts. The OOP provides modularity to the program structure for easier troubleshooting and accurate debugging. Flexibility and efficiency in program coding is provided by the basic principles of OOP, like class, objects, methods, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and data abstraction. Who invented object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming concepts were invented by Kristen Nygaard and Ole Johan Dahl. OOP concepts were conceived when Nygaard and Dahl jointly developed the programming language named Simula in the 1960s while working together at the Norwegian Computing Center, NCC. Based on the principles of object-oriented programming, Simula was directly or indirectly influential in the development of upcoming computer coding languages like C++, VB, Java, and Python. Graphical user interfaces such as Apple Incorporated's Mac OS and Microsoft Corporation's Windows OS are founded on the OOP principles. Understanding OOP or OOPs. In object-oriented programming, almost every functional unit corresponds to an object. OOPS is primarily based on two entities. Number 1. The class. It defines data characteristics and functional behavior as a modular unit. Number 2. The object. It executes real-time operations of the class. Let's now understand object-oriented programming with a very simple example. Consider a parrot in its most generic aspect. What comes to our minds about a parrot in general defines the basic class of any parrot, and it comprises the characteristic attributes along with the functional behavior. Characteristic attributes can be short hook-like beaks, clawed feet, vivid colors, ability to eat with feet, being social, talkative or optimistic. While the functional behavior includes the parrot's ability to mimic, whistle, eat fresh peas from its pod, have red beak, green feathers, to hunt, or to call you by your name. Based on the general class of parrots that we just discussed, there are thousands of real parrots around us, with similar characteristics and functional behavior, but with different colors, hunting habits, food preferences, nesting partner, talking abilities, etc. Each such living parrot that we see around us is an object in the parlance of OOPS. Hence in here, Parrot 1, Parrot 2 and Parrot 3 are objects of the class named parrot. I hope you have enjoyed this chapter, and that you now have had a fair idea of what the C++ language is, and what OOPS actually means in simple layman terms. See you in the next chapter, where you will learn how to install the dev C++ IDE, and code our first C++ program. Take care until then.